Oh man, we are back finally. The Pie Hills have reunited for an episode of Blunt Impact. Shit, we might have more Ring of Honor than Impact to talk about. I don't even know what's going on anymore. We have a lot to talk about. Can't wait to get into it. The three-time baby making champion Ness, Chris G, Mary Jane. This is Blunt Impact. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, heels and heelettes, welcome back to another episode of Blunt Impact. I am your boy Chris G, joined by my co-host, the three-time baby making champion of the world, Ness. We formed the Pie Heels, and we're joined, of course, by our co-host, Mary Jane. Ness, it's finally good to have you back on an episode.
It's finally good to be back, good brother. True Hills, what's the deal? Finally back on an official episode of Blunt Impact. I
Yeah, an
haven't heard that
official,
name in years.
an official episode, because Ness
Yeah,
did hold down the Hard to Kill review because I was disposed. It's been probably the busiest 2 months of my life, but hey, we're here. We're putting it together for Impact Wrestling, the Thursday, January 13th episode of Impact Wrestling. It's Thursday the 13th, not Friday the 13th, so we got a little good luck on our side with a good episode of Impact Wrestling, but not too lucky for some of the Impact faithful because well, there's a lot of shit going down in Impact Wrestling.
yeah.
I myself didn't have time to catch Hard to Kill the whole show. I seen bits and parts, the main highlights, the main points, so I got the gist of what's going on. But whew, was I in for a surprise with this episode? But before we get into that, we got to remind everybody at home, whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching from, hit those thumbs up, give us a like, give us a comment. We will read your comments on screen. We can't get to everybody's, but if you want yours read guaranteed, then you have to send us a super chat. $1 or more. We're not picky. Help out the cause for True Heel Heat. It goes towards the team. And it helps us survive, man. It helps us keep running out this good content. So send those super chats. Then, of course, subscribe to the True Heel Heat family if you haven't already. We are here always. Hit those notification bells so the next time we go live, you'll be notified. And if you don't catch us live, you catch us on the stream. It's not live though. It's cool. Still leave a comment. Share this with whoever you can. Doesn't matter who. They don't like wrestling. Fuck it. Share it anyway. They need to see this. Maybe they like weed. And that's what we do here on Blunt Impact. We do weed and wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
combination.
Oh, it is a great combination. Speaking of, look at that. Look at that. Just because I am glad you're both back on my favorite podcast, Alan Weinstein coming through with the $10 super chat. Good. Thank you, good brother. We can't
Thank
appreciate it enough. We're guaranteed to see to say Alan Weinstein says fuck somebody on this show. Guaranteed. He because I know there's somebody in an Impact roster that he don't like, so we'll be looking forward to
you.
that. Frantic World, the Cal Ripken of True Heel Heat. What's up, Ness? Chris G in chat. Welcome back, good brother. Whew, the Knicks got Cam Reddish. I know Chris happy about that. Shit, me and Ness both happy about that. We got
Yeah.
my man Cam Reddish. It's gonna be an interesting transition. Bobby Petito, Vert Vixen, has wrestled at Thunder Rosa Company Mission Pro Wrestling, and she has wrestled on AEW Dark and AEW Dark Elevation. I thought the name sounded familiar, and I'm pretty sure it's from an episode of Dark or Dark Elevation. So thank you
Not
for
only
that, Bobby.
that, we actually SP3 has I don't know if it's just SP3, I don't remember. SP3 or and I think it might have been actually might have been an episode of True Hill. He
BTR
was yeah,
between the
but
ropes.
BTR. Yeah,
Yeah,
this was BTR. Yeah,
yeah, we might
we got
actually
that
have that interview.
yeah. See, we all over the place. We actually have a Vert Vixen interview on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel
Yes,
with SP3 and I believe Miss Chrissy Love, maybe even
yeah.
Top
Go
Guy
check that
Jason.
out.
Yeah,
I feel like it was just SP3 and Miss Chrissy Love, but I
it
could be
might have been.
wrong.
Yeah, yeah, I think it probably was just those
But
two.
hey, Bert Vixen, check that out. That's a great interview. So you want to go back into the archives for that. My boy Blue, sup y'all? He missed the first half of the show, but I watched the second half and wasn't disappointed. I agree from
Yeah.
top to bottom. It was good. Victor Noah, what's up, my brothers? What's up, Victor? Oh, Victor Nash. I'm sorry. Thank you, Victor, for coming through and showing love to the Blunt Impact boys. Frantic World, Charlie Haas and Impact. Deonna Purrazzo is the new. You're jumping ahead, damn it. Let us get down there. Come on, Frantic World. No spoilers, bro. No spoilers. But yes, a lot to get into. We will get into it as we go along. But before we get into that, you know us. We gotta light our Mary Jane, man. It's been a while, Ness.
It has. It has
This
been a very
this
long time.
this is our first joint. See what I did there? Joint in 2022. So
The New Year's, even though it's like halfway through the fucking
the
month of
month.
January.
Yes, yes. And I have plenty of botches in the chamber for joints and jabronis later this month, but we'll talk about that at the end of the show. We are going to light up our Mary Jane. I'm going to count down from 3 all the way down to 1. We're going to light up. Ness, are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
Hope the good people at home are ready. Don't care what you're smoking out of as long as it's not crack or meth or dust. I mean, there's just so many drugs out there that you shouldn't be
That you
smoking, but
shouldn't.
just make sure
Yeah.
it's weed. Just make sure it's weed. That's the point. All right? That's the point. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. All right. A lot to get into. Let's get started. Before we get started, I got to remind everybody at home, including us, smoke responsibly. It's kind of the disclaimer here at Blunt Impact. But speaking of disclaimers, one disclaimer is you should have seen Hard to Kill. I include myself in that disclaimer because they have a nice little recap and it looked like a hell of a show. So I might still try to catch it some way, somehow. Going into this week with the prediction picks, I am at 7-5. Ness is 8-4, and Romeo is also 8-4 after predicting the Hard to Kill card, which I got most of them wrong. So it is what it is. I'm just happy to be one pick behind these good brothers. But one guy that didn't get picked and he didn't win was this guy, W. Morrissey. But he looked impressive. He looked impressive. He comes out, he cuts a promo, and he's pissed about what happened at Hard to Kill. He says Moose stole the title in the first place. He doesn't even deserve to be champion. Moose is hiding from Morrissey, won't face him, won't have a confrontation with him. And Morrissey calls on Moose. He said, he won't stop until he gets that match. So Moose is on screen, says he's proved why he's the GOAT champion, and then he goes after Moose backstage. But Scott stops him in the hallway. Scott Diamore, arguably already VP of the year for 2022.
Already.
Already he's making a strong case for that. But he stops him. He says, "You're not getting a title shot tonight. Somebody is getting a title shot against Moose later tonight, and it's already signed. You can't do anything about it." Tells him not to interfere. But Morrissey says, "If I want to interfere, I will." Hold up. Just like me, Scott got the headset.
Newsflash.
Yeah.
Newsflash. Breaking news. Breaking news.
Yeah. What the fuck is going on? Well, we cut back to ringside, and Matt Taven and Vincent are hijacking commentary. They make D'Lo Brown. D'Lo looks pissed. Look at him. Look at Matt Taven. They make him take his headset off. Then the new lead, you could see Maria in the background. I didn't even notice her the first time.
I didn't
The,
either. Shit.
the newest commentator, color commentator, who I'm a fan of, Tom Hannafan, formerly known as Tom Phillips. They're trying to bully him to give his head set up, but D'Lo Brown ain't having that shit. D'Lo still got some spunk left in him, and he tries to take a shot at Vincent, but he ends up getting beat down by the OGK, and PCO decides to kill him and moonsault him through a table. Ends D'Lo nights early. D'Lo is not staying around for commentary for the rest of the night. Looks like Tom Hannafan is on his own, or so we thought. But this was good shit to start off the show, especially with the Morrissey promo cutting in to straight into the hottest angle of Impact Wrestling, right? Which is the
Yeah.
Ring of Honor invasion. So how'd you feel about this?
So from the Morrissey promo, that shit was weird to me, to be completely honest, because like he's still very much a heel in my opinion. Um, but like I don't know if it was because they're in Dallas, Texas, and maybe Dallas, Texas don't like fucking black people. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Uh, they were all for Morrissey here, and like damn near turned him full blown babyface, and like I could see him. I guess he was just feeding off the crowd, but it was like he was trying to like out heel Moose in a sense. Like he, this is the way I was taking it. Like he was just whatever he was trying to say. He didn't want them to cheer for him. Like he wanted them to boo him, but they just kept cheering for him. And I'm like, damn, they're like gonna unintentionally turn him babyface in this fucking feud and shit. So I'm just like, but you know what? I guess so because you're not going to out heel Moose at the end of the day. Like I guess I can, I can understand that. So Morrissey saying he's going to interfere in the match. I don't know why fucking Scott didn't just tell him you can't or you're going to lose any opportunity. That would just been a smart thing to do, but it's not a big deal. But then moving on to the Ring of Honor invasion angle they got going on with the OGK, Vincent, PCO, and Maria. Um, that shit was funny. I ain't even gonna lie, because when Mike Bennett jumped the gate and started beating down D'Lo, Matt Taven's whole commentary. He's like, "Up, you're looking at the real deal now." Yo, I lost it. That shit was hilarious. But I like it. I like the way that it's going. It's doing what it needs to do. Me being a Ring of Honor fan, covering Ring of Honor on FOH with my tag team partner, the Stat King. Shameless plug. Uh, yeah, this is great. It's still a little weird to me to see Vincent and the OGK teaming up, but like I said before, a friend of my enemy is my friend or some shit like that. I forgot how it goes, but yeah, uh, they beat
You,
down D'Lo.
you said it right.
PC, yeah, yeah, because I'm high, but fucking PCO didn't even put D'Lo through the table. I am the table.
Yeah.
That shit, yeah. He's like, he doesn't even have this. He doesn't have the chest protector on.
Yeah. Yeah. Tom,
Yo, this shit was gold. Honestly, I love it. I love it. I loved it.
yeah, I thought it was pretty good. It was a good way to start off the show for sure. But it's a great way to introduce these renegades, Ring of Honor renegades, as I like to call them. Introduce them into the Impact Zone early and with
Yeah,
the impact, no pun intended. Let's get to some comments. Victor Nash, are you guys talking MLW Azteca Lucha Underground too? I am not, but I am pretty sure Stat King will be covering that. Ness, would you happen to know that? I'm sure.
yeah. I gotta get back. I gotta get back on FOH. Like, I don't know. I'm about to just see if he can just throw that on here. I don't know. We'll
We'll
figure it out. Yeah.
we
Well,
we'll see what happens,
but
but we
yeah,
will be
I think
catching.
it's a new episode coming out tomorrow.
All right, so we'll be covering that in some form of fashion, Victor. So don't go nowhere. You'll be pleasantly surprised on the True Hill Heat channel. DJ Eric, sup Lord Chris G and Sir Nest, the three-time baby making champion.
I like
What's up,
that.
brother? I like it too.
Uh,
Lord Chris G, not bad. SP3 with the cheap shot. No wonder Nest did better. He actually watched the show. Come on, man. It's been fucking hectic, hectic.
it has been. That's why everybody ain't
It's been a
seen me
little
for like a
hectic out
month.
here. You know, we dealing with sick children and working and moving and painting. We doing a lot and drinking. We doing a lot. Smoking. We doing too much. There we go. My boy Alan Weinstein. Fuck Morrissey. I was waiting for it. Oh, for Romeo would like this. Fuck Matt Taven. Oh,
Yeah, he definitely. Yeah, yeah.
Romeo would have popped for that one.
Hell yeah, he hates him.
Man.
He hates Taven.
Just you know what? If you show up on NX3 Weinstein, just fucking just say fuck Matt Taven. I'm sure it won't even be related to NX3, but Romeo will like it anyway.
Yeah, he will. He will highlight that very quickly.
DJ Eric Maria looked hotter than 10 pounds of the good stuff. Sorry, Chris G. I agree. I'll give you that. 15 pounds, you're pushing it.
But you know
But
what's the
10 pounds,
craziest thing about this whole situation? They were in Impact. Like, I mean, clearly they're in Ring of Honor now, but like they were in Impact. So it's not like, they've never been there. Like you guys were
that,
contracted. But I
that's
get it
true.
though. It's just
That
different because Taven and PCO haven't. So
hold on. Damn, DJ Eric put me on the spot. I watched the Impact pay per view while DJing and watching AEW's Battle of the Belts. So don't give me that, Chris G. Go back to singing Salt and Pepper.
ooh.
Push it.
I think DJ Eric was on our watch along, I believe. Popped
Yeah,
up.
yeah. He was there. I wasn't there. I was inebriated. I'm sorry, guys. I let you guys down. I let everybody down, and I apologize. But speaking of letting people down, Chris Bay let me down
Yo.
in this match because he shows out. We have Trey Miguel joining Tom on commentary for this match because Trey Miguel is the X Division champion. He did retain the title over Macklin and Hard to Kill. But Chris Bay is up against Laredo Kid in a solid match, which Chris Bay dominates most of it. He hits a beautiful springboard moonsault to the outside from the ring post before the commercial break. And then when we come back, he's just dominating the match again. Laredo Kid makes a comeback and gets the win on Chris Bay. Implications, both guys keeping an eye on the X Division title. So they trade in wins basically. Chris Bay beat Laredo Kids a couple weeks ago. So should have seen this one coming. That's on me. But I enjoyed the match for what it was. Nothing too crazy, but it was cool. How you feel?
I like this match a lot. Again, I bet on Chris Bay. That didn't work out too well for me, obviously. But it was a good match. I really enjoyed it. I like the fact that they brought out Trey Miguel, the actual X Division champion. Um, After D'Lo was taken out, Tom don't got to be out there by himself. He had some. He can do play by play by himself, but he has somebody to back and forth banter with. Uh, I think it just worked well for this. Excuse me, for this match. I thought Chris Bay was going to win, but they were implying that these guys are going to they're going to cross paths very very soon, and I can't
Yeah.
wait to see that. But I don't know if you were paying attention to the commentary. What did Trey Miguel say? Fuck, like something about Chris Bay just watching him
He
in
said, "I
real
want
life.
somebody." He said, "I want
I
somebody to
want you
look
to
at
look at
me
me
like
like
how
Chris Bay.
like looks
Yeah.
at me."
Yeah. And then he was like, Trey's Bay. Like, yo, no bullshit. If they could team up, that would be a dope ass name.
And that would be a dope ass tag team.
That would be a dope ass tag team for sure. But I know it's not gonna happen anytime soon. But yeah, that but shout out to the Laredo Kid because I don't think he gets enough looks in
No.
Impact to be completely honest. Like
Well,
I
look
mean
at all the guys
he's
he's been in the ring with. You know.
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, he's in matches, but he's not like really racking up wins like that. They're pretty much all beating him for the most part. So,
Yeah.
yeah, he definitely deserves it. Let him get a match against Trey. Once again, shout out Trey Miguel for commenting on the Hard to Kill Blunt Impact review. That's major, major love. Greatly appreciate it. But yeah, I want to see him have a meaningful reign. Like it's too much shit going on in wrestling when people are getting championship title runs and they don't mean anything after the fact. Impact knows how to do that. And with my favorite division, X division, he's definitely upholding that standard.
Yeah, for sure. Alan Weinstein, the Ring of Honor Invasion Squad is the worst group of Ring of Honor talent, excluding Mike and Maria. PCO trash, Matt Taven garbage, Vincent trash. Come on, Ring of Honor, come with better guys. Mike and Maria. You gotta
Ooh,
kind of release everybody on their contract. Everybody who's like representing Ring of Honor right now is doing it because they want to.
I'm actually glad Alan Weinstein just said that because I'm on Twitter. I was on the Twitterverse probably like an hour before we got on live stream, and Shane Taylor of Shane Taylor Promotions responded to said incident and was like, "Yo, Impact, like that's not how you treat a legend. Like he's from Ring of Honor, but or no, yeah, he's from Ring of Honor, but he's telling the Ring of Honor guys that like, no, that's not how you do that shit. He's like, yo, Impact, bring me in and I'll take care of him. That's what that's what we need right now. Shane Taylor Promotions coming in for this ROH angle. I mean, that's pretty much just going to be ROH and fucking Impact for like the next 4 months. Like, let's just get used to it. So bring these guys in.
There's no complaints here, depending
Yeah,
on who you bring in.
they first of all, everything needs to be like they have great talent. Our Impact has great talent, but it's not a lot of talent. Like it's the same people over and over again. Bringing in a whole other promotion who only has an hour on television, you can give them like a lot of range here. Let them do their thing. This new matchups, new faces, new stars. Like, yeah, we can definitely make that happen. I would love to see Shane Taylor promotions in Impact. Had some great matches. Moses Khan. Shit, I forgot the one last guy's name. O'Shea Edwards. Yeah, I want to see those guys in Impact. So if they actually respond to that tweet, we'll be looking for them in weeks to come.
That would be cool. There was also another faction in Ring of Honor that was name dropped later on the show that we'll talk about. So you never know who can pop up. Both Chris Bay and Laredo Kid are nice. They have good chemistry. Chris Bay is one of my favorite wrestlers. Yeah,
Yeah,
they do, but Chris Bay is definitely the man. Damn it, I want to say fuck Trey, but I can't because he showed Blunt Impact love. You damn right, you can't say that. Blunt Impact. He is a Blunt Impact Hall of Fame inductee.
right.
So you can there's no Trey Miguel slander on Impact Wrestling anymore. There's no Trey Miguel slander. There's no RVD slander. So that's about it for now. We can add to the list. I think like Thunder Rosa pop. I show love for like one of them. There's no Thunder Rosa
Yeah.
slander either, and she has nothing to do with Impact. There's no Thunder Rosa slander. I don't care. I just wish Impact was on a real cable channel. If I want to watch Impact, I have to pay $20 to add Access TV and other channels I don't care for. Well, DJ Eric, get yourself a Fire Stick and
I was
holla
gonna
at your
say
boy.
there's ways around that. We can't say it right now, but there's
Yeah,
definitely ways. That's how I
yeah.
did it.
Shoot me,
But
shoot me a DM. I
well,
got you.
that's because I was at work late, so I'm like watching on the way home. I found my way to watch it, and I literally just had it like hooked up to my car. I'm just listening. I can't actually watch the shit, but
Mm,
I can have an idea what's going on, background noise.
yeah, pretty much. Negro Buck, sup? My bros on the way home from work. Negro Buck, get
Exactly.
home safe. Get home
Exactly.
safe. Thank you for proving Ness's point. Jeff, you can get right on the fuck out of here with that.
Yeah, we don't
Uh,
play that shit.
You can keep your unvaccinated ass Kyrie. Yeah,
No, but you
I,
seen that shit?
I
He
can't
doesn't even
even
have to
hate
get it. He
Kyrie.
doesn't have to get it now. I don't think
I
they
know it's all
blocked
about
that.
the money. It's all
Yeah,
about the
they
money, man.
blocked that shit.
It's all about the money. It's all about the money. Speaking of money, there was no money involved in this hardcore winner, hardcore war. I'm sorry, in on Hard to Kill, and the winners are uh, are upset at the Ring of Honor Renegades that are going crazy on the show. Hard to Kill coming in this episode, beating up D'Lo Brown. Rhino's in the back punching shit. Heath's trying to calm him and rally up the troops. So is Rich Swan and Willie Mack. So is Eddie Edwards, but they think Eddie Edwards, you're by yourself. Can you really defend yourself? The motherfucker got a kendo stick. He's crazy. Don't worry, he'll be fine. So they're gonna separate and try to find the Ring of Honor guys before they get caught first. So we'll see how that goes. We see Brian Myers in the back. Oh, what do you think about the little segment with the? Well, I guess it ties into to shit that go
Yeah,
that
yeah. I
goes in.
can't say it yet. I can't say. I can't
Yeah,
speak on
it
that yet.
it it, it ties into more stuff on the show. I couldn't
Yeah,
put everything together like I usually do. I was time
no, that's
compressed
all good.
today, but we'll get back to that part. But this part, Brian Myers, we see him in the back. He's embarrassed by the learning tree. because they've been losing in his absence. Well, they have been learning from Brian Myers. Zicky, I got love
That's the
for
funny
Brian
thing
Myers.
about that. Like they're not winning because you're not winning.
pretty pretty much. Ziggy Dice and VSK, they're about to get cut, but they find out that Ziggy Dice is actually the man that is getting the title shot against Moose tonight. So we'll talk about that match later. We can't talk about that right now because right now we have to talk about something, and that's Jake something taking on Speedball Mike Bailey. This guy's been trying to get to Impact for like fucking 5 years. He's finally here. And the hype is real around this guy, Speedball Mike Bailey. This is a good match. Ace Austin and Madman Fulton, who got pinned respectively by both of these guys in the match in the Hard
Yeah,
to Kill. Uh, they were on commentary, not too happy with Tom referencing that, but good back and forth match between these guys. Just it's pretty much Jake's power versus Mike's speed. Speedball, obviously, drunk guy JJ's favorite wrestler, just because of his name. Yeah. Jake hits a nasty power bomb onto the apron, onto Mike Bailey. It looked pretty sick. They had some good exchanges. Bailey hits his finisher called the Ultima Weapon, which is a reference to Final Fantasy, so he gets points for that. And he hits it's basically a shooting star press knee drop into the back while they're down. It looks kind of cool. And Mike Bailey gets the win. So just they putting the little battery behind Mike Bailey, and so far he's exciting. I can't wait to see him with like actual X Division guys like Trey and especially Trey. Right, I think he's the top guy in the X Division right now. So he's the one name you want to have out there. But Chris Bay, Ace Austin, 1-on-1 guys like that, Chris Sabin. I think it'll be interesting.
yeah, for sure. It's a long time coming. We thought this guy was going to get banned for like 10 years, but like 5 is a long time, and like he comes back in a somewhat independent boom period of wrestling, so he's gonna work. Like he's definitely going to work. But the match was solid. I like that again. Both of these guys got wins at Hard to Kill, respectively, over the guys that are on commentary, Ace Dawson and Madman Fulton. But now I can see that's going to be, we're going to get some tag team action going there. It just makes sense. It's going that direction. Um, or a nice little feud
Mm.
because that's what's going to happen for the most part. You know, Bailey matches up with Ace Austin. Madman Fulton matches up with Jake something. You know, we'll get that however many times, but it's going to be good.
Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't mind. Bobby Batito, he would like to see more Mike Bailey on Impact Wrestling. And he is signed officially to Impact Wrestling, so he will be showing up as regular. Chair relax with a good comment. Never Scooby Doo Doo by splitting up. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real, Chair relax. If you watch Scooby Doo, you realize, as an adult, you realize very quick. The only one that was actually trying to catch somebody was the fucking geek. What was her name? Daphne or Velma?
Um,
Velma. Because Fred wanted to split up because he was just trying to take Daphne into an empty room, the sick fuck. And Shaggy out here eating mushrooms with his dog, talking to each other. So that's why they split up, bro. But yes, you never split up. Maybe that's just my theory on Scooby Doo. Maybe I watched too much Scooby Doo as an adult. I smoked too much weed while I watched it. Speedball looks really good, but Speedball is a fucking terrible name. This is this is worst name. This
it's
is
just
worst.
a nickname or an alias. That's not his like real name.
This is worst name match. Fucking Jake something and Speedball guys coming up with these names are on Speedballs. I uh
Holy shit!
I actually like Speedball. It's a little out there, but I actually like Speedball. Fucking bad
Speedballs are
worst
fast and
name.
they hurt when they hit you. That's Mike
W-
Bailey. There you
Worst
go.
name match. Holy shit.
Like
Respect.
physically and like when you smoke the shit. You get hit with both
Negro.
feet, speedball, fastball. That shit smack you in the face. That hurts. You do a
Yeah.
speedball. That's just gonna smack you in real life.
It might do more than hurt. Like, shit might kill you. Negro Buck says respectfully, Velma could get it. LOL. Yeah, to each his own.
Right
To each
on.
his own.
Right
Speak the
on.
truth about Scooby Doo. Yeah, you know the truth, man. That's why they don't split up when they do the wrestling, when they do the WWE shows.
He's like, fuck that. I don't need these hoes no more. I'm getting on. I'm gonna be
You
Freddie,
can't split.
classy Freddie Blassie.
Yeah, and Vince is producing it. You can't split up, pal. Don't do that. It's not a good idea, pal. And he fires Shaggy. Uh,
Yeah.
Next up, we got to talk about Violent by Design and the Good Bros backstage. The
Yo.
the good the good bros the good bros talk about how they didn't accomplish their goal for not winning on Saturday. Kind of alluding to the fact that it was Violent by Design's fault. Eric Young takes exception to that, but says, "Hey, we have a business deal. We have a business proposition. I don't look at the past. I don't look at the present. I look at the future, and I think there's still potential here. So let's keep this going." Uh, and as they're about to like mull it over, somebody pays attention to somebody in the background, and it's who's beat up? Heath and Rhino. They got beat up by those Ring of Honor bastards. the good the good bros try to help them up, but they don't. They just kick their ass and kick them while they're down. Because the good bros are not good people, but just good shit.
Yo. Yeah. They got me. They fucking got me. That's
It
why I'm
was
laughing so hard.
it
I'm
was
sorry,
funny shit. It was funny shit.
bro. The way Anderson ran over. Oh man, he's a rhino. You guys all right? I'm like, shit. It's really about to be Team Impact versus Team Ring of Honor. It was like, psych, gotcha, bitch. They just started stomping them out. That shit was fuck. Yo, with no more Swingers Palace, that might have been the funniest thing I've seen on Impact in a long time. That
So
shit was
far,
funny as
so
fuck.
far is the funniest moment of Impact
Yeah,
Wrestling for
for
2022.
2022. Yeah, 2022. Yeah, it's a whole new year, a whole new fucking system of shit. I don't know that I'm talking about, but yeah, that shit was funny as fuck.
Yeah,
I like they kept the same energy like a motherfucker. They said,
always the good brothers always keep the same energy, which is good. That's why we like them. Speaking of same energy, Chelsea and Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona have an interview, and they don't have the same energy from last week because they both look depressed. They both lost that hard to kill. Gia asked how things have changed since then. Matt Cardona always going to stay ready like usual, and Chelsea Green's a little mad about that. She says both of them should have won, but she had the X division, the X Ultimate X ripped out of her hands. It was right in her fingertips. She gets interrupted by Tasha Steeles and Savannah Evans. Tells Gia to kick rocks, literally quotations. She tells her to kick rocks. Tasha said that she snatched that shit, and that's what happens when you're hungry. Calls Cardona a loser. Chelsea Green don't like that, so she challenges Tasha to a match next week, and that's what we're getting. So not bad. Sets up a decent match next week.
yeah, I want to see what they do with Tasha.
Hopefully she's on the right path. Next up, speaking of right paths, Masha Slamovich is on the right path
Yes,
because she's just coming in here and destroying motherfuckers. I mean, she dropped this poor lady on her head. Vert Vixen, that's what her name
yeah,
is. Yeah,
yeah,
Masha killed her.
yeah.
She was kicking the shit out of her. Hard strikes, clotheslines. Vixen gets like 2 hits in, but down goes Vert.
If you want to call it that.
If you want to call them hits. But yes, that's about it. Masha looks impressive again. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm a fan, man. Like when I seen her on, I think it was for the first time on Empower, NWA Empower. Like her look just stood out to me. Then she had the match, and it was a great match. I like her. Big fan of her in ring. I like the way that like say I haven't watched over a month. Like I know she's been there, but I haven't like really watched the show like that. But I was reminded tonight. So yeah, I definitely want to see more of what they do with her. I like the little stare down that she had with Josh Alexander too, because she was looking like, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
They gave each other a little nod.
Yeah,
It was cool. It was a nice little it was a nice little tease. Alan Weinstein says, "Fuck Matt Cardona, of course, but Chelsea Green can get it." Yeah, yeah. Nick Jackson, gotta love the Good Brothers keeping the same energy. Absolutely. This
as
might be
always.
this might be one of the comments of the night. Masha Slam a bitch scares me. Masha Slam a bitch.
Because that's exactly what she does, and that's what everything about her screams star, in my opinion. She has a fucking look. She reminds me of Luna Vachon, but she like can fucking go in the ring. Like I follow her on Instagram. She into some. She just had like a hardcore match or some shit. Like that should look brutal as fuck.
Yeah, she
But
does
I
death
thought,
matches and all that shit.
yeah, like
Yeah.
she definitely looks like how she wrestles how she looks. She looks scary as shit, and she does wrestle like a fucking beast. So yeah, I'm a big fan.
You can catch an interview actually with SP3 and Masha Slamovich. They had an interview maybe a year ago, a year and a half ago, and Masha comes off as a total sweetheart. But yes,
Yeah,
she does have a interview with SP3, so you guys can go into the archives and check that out if you want to know more about Masha Slamovich. Uh, yeah. Oh my God, she was going crazy. Masha's match was the first one I saw tonight, and I loved it. Absolutely. Damn, she turned into Hurt Vixen real quick. I can't laugh
nah,
too loud, man. That
shout
was a
out
good
for
one.
Vision though, because she was selling her ass off too.
Yeah, she did make Masha look really good. And SB3 with the friendly reminder, drop a like on this video. It helps out the channel a lot. End this video, share with your friends, and subscribe if you are new. Everything the good brother said. We appreciate you guys. We want you guys to come back because the man who came back this week was Josh Alexander, and he came back as a winner. He took care of Jonah. They have a mutual respect now, but he's focus is shifting his focus back to Moose. Says he is the uncrowned champion until Moose beats him, and then he gets interrupted by none other than Charlie fucking Haas. Charlie Haas out of left field. Brand like Dom Smith left field, like out of nowhere. Charlie Haas,
Yeah,
first time in the impact zone, and hey, I mean, hey, I kind of like it. I'm all for new faces in Impact Wrestling, especially somebody that hasn't come back. I haven't seen Charlie Haas wrestle in fucking in who knows how long. So it's just good to see guys come back. Um, gotta remember, like we were young, I guess, when Charlie Haas was really on the top of his game. But this guy's a fucking all elite. I mean, definitely not all elite yet, but he's all
yeah.
American athlete in college, D1 champion. I mean, the real deal when it comes to amateur wrestling. And he was pretty cool with Shelton Benjamin. So I mean, he doesn't put himself over, but he introduces himself, puts his accomplishments, drops the world greatest tag team moniker, which is
Yeah.
always fun. I wish he would have said Team Angle. That would have been cool. But he challenges Josh Alexander to a match. Josh says no way. He's focusing on Moose, but Charlie hits him with a cheap shot. They start brawling. Security breaks it up, and Josh accepts the match. So we will have Charlie Haas and Josh Alexander. Surprising, but I like it.
Yeah, interesting. I'm intrigued. Just for all the stats you just named, Charlie Haas. Uh, I don't think it wasn't like not like too long ago. I don't know, I might just be high and don't know what I'm talking about, but I think he was wrestling like a couple years ago. Just don't remember like how long, but like I get it. It's been a while since we've seen him in the ring, and yeah, this building back up with Josh Alexander to once again become Impact World Champion. Like he's going through some names here. He had one of the best. I think he had one of the best championship runs in 2021 as X Division champion. Like because that really built him up to the main event status because he was carrying that division. Like shout out to the guys he was having matches with, but he went out there every week, every pay per view, like and fucking performed to the utmost top notch ability, and he just like knocked it out the park. So now he gets the baby face angle, climbing back up to the top, getting the crowd on his side. Just continue to put on great matches, but I'm interested to see how Charlie Haas fares in 2022. I like you said, we haven't seen this guy in years, so I want to just see.
Yeah,
He's still at the top of his game. Probably, I'm hoping that I don't mean to, and I don't mean to want people to get fired, but I hope WWE releases fucking what's his face, Shelton Benjamin, and we'll take Cedric too. Fuck it, y'all probably going, you'll probably going fucking. You broke up you got the Hurt Business back together just to break them up, just to get them back together, just to break them up again. Like, but anywho, I hope you guys do release them so these guys can go make money elsewhere. And I would love to see them in Impact or wherever. I would definitely love to see them in Impact. I think that would fare much better for them. And if maybe Charlie and Shelton Benjamin can have another tag team run, world's greatest tag team, you know, who knows?
I'll take an Impact tag team run between those two guys. Why not?
Yeah.
Couple comments before we move on. Bobby Petito, I would like to see Tootie Lynn show up on Impact Wrestling. No idea who that is. I have to research that.
She's NWA. I think she's from
NWA.
St. Louis. Yeah.
Okay, gotta check her out. Hopefully, maybe she's good. Nick Jackson say, "Yo, what? Charlie Haas? Yes, sir.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't
what
want
we
it.
said.
That's what I said.
Well, I
Yeah.
knew that he was coming. You can't fucking get away from the dirt sheets.
Wait,
So
wait.
I knew
Where
he
is
was.
it? Where is it?
What?
Yep. There it is.
That's not my
There it is.
fault.
No wonder why this guy's doing so fucking good so far this year.
Do you think I would have picked Chris Bay?
Yeah, you trying to throw me off,
No,
man.
no, hell no. I wanted to win.
Well, Laredo kid is Mexican, so it is a little biased.
Yeah, I really should have picked him.
It would have fit. It would have fit. Uh, Another comment. My inner child was like, "Fuck yeah, Charlie Haas," and then 2022 me was like, "But why?" And I kind of felt like that too, my boy Blue. But at the same time, I'm just glad to see guys come back from hard times and
Yeah,
still live out the dream. He's not an old guy by any means. I think he's like maybe 42, 43. So shit, man. If you got anything left in the tank, let him use it. Let him be happy. Let him go out
yeah,
the way he wants to. SP3 hasn't seen Charlie Haas since his ROH days. Look at that. That must have been a long fucking time ago.
yeah,
Uh, I am so torn. I am a huge Moose fan, but I really think Josh Alexander is becoming one of the best wrestlers in the world. I like both guys a lot. I just wanted Moose to get his championship run, and
yeah,
now he's getting it. But who's the guy to? Who should be the guy to dethrone him? Josh Alexander. So
yeah,
we're building up to long term. I like how Josh Alexander, when he's done with one guy, it's I want Moose, but then another motherfucker comes and bothers him,
yeah.
so Moose can get those matches under his belt, so he can have a nice reign. I mean, it's just matching up good, and when they do collide, it's gonna be good. So they're taking a page out of the old AEW book with some long term storytelling. So I like it. I like it. Slam and Sammy Joey's here. What's up, guys? I was sleeping, missed everything. It's all good, brother. That's why we're here to break it down. Uh, Enjoy the rest of the ride, but go back and watch the rest of the video when you get time. It's always a good one. Jeff says Team Angle has to be one of the most underappreciated tag teams of all time. Absolutely, absolutely. Alan Weinstein agrees. Always been a Charlie Haas fan. Oh, color me fucking shocked. You actually like somebody, Alan. He was always underrated. He was always underrated. I never appreciated him until I got older and seen a couple like old matches with him and Shelton against like Hardy Boys and like fucking actual tag teams that we liked, and always some good shit. So yeah, Slam and Sammy Joe. Don't worry, we feel you on that. Sleep schedules all out of whack. It happens, bro. It happens. You got to power through it, baby. Speaking of power through, Zicky Dice is gonna power through and win this world championship against Moose. Not even in his fucking dreams.
Not at all.
Brian Myers on commentary. Moose comes out in his suit. Zicky Dice takes a nice little dig at Roman Reigns, tries to do a Superman punch to Moose, because Moose, with the whole Forbidden Door talk happening, Moose did kind of allude to having a match against Roman Reigns or wanting a match against Roman Reigns. So it'll remain to be seen if that happens ever, but that'll be cool. It would be nice for Moose to say I had a match with the best two wrestlers of 2021, right? Kenny Omega and Roman Reigns. Like that's an accomplishment right there for an Impact wrestler.
Yeah,
That's a fucking accomplishment. So maybe it'll happen, maybe not. But Ziggy Dice gets killed. Just that. I mean, I can't really say more than that. He gets killed in his suit, Moose in
yeah.
his suit. But after the match, Morrissey comes out, finally finds Moose. They start slugging it out a little bit. But Moose gets away because Dice gets in the way, and he gets his teeth knocked out because he was in the way. So Morrissey takes him out. Moose escapes. Then he also kills VSK with a big choke slam. He chases Moose backstage, but Moose gets in his car and skirts off. So uh, the match, Zicky Dice is funny, but the match was what it was. But I like the tension between Morrissey and Moose. So looks like that's going to be his next contender, his one-on-one contender. So should be a decent match. Two big, strong guys. We'll see what happens. Next up, we get a we get a Raj Singh promo. Um, this is like when a little kid, right? When he's with his mom and he goes to a Walmart and he goes, "Look, Ma, it's Rohit Raju. Can we take him home?" And she goes, "But we have Rohit Raju at home." It was Raj Singh. It's not Rohit Raju. It's Raj Singh.
Shit.
and
He
and
said he's great value, Rohit Raju.
so because Rohit Raju is no longer with the company, so
Yeah,
Raj is basically filling that role, the anti-American Desi guy, kind of. So he makes an open challenge, and it's accepted by none other than Jonah, who kills Raj Singh. So keeping Jonah looking strong. Why not?
I like this Jonah. I hated Bronson Reed.
Had no love for Bronson Reed. I like everything about Jonah.
Yeah,
ALW. Just something I like about Zicky. He is terrible, but I like him. He makes me laugh. I always enjoy him. He was on NWA before. I actually got introduced to him from NWA Power, and I always
yeah.
thought he was super entertaining. So I'm glad to see him get a little bit more time here and there. So hopefully we see more Zicky Dice. Not in no title matches, but you know, funny shit like this. Backstage we get the influence, and they're cutting ass on the inspiration, saying the inspiration of knockoffs. They bring up the K, says they're canceled, and then the K shows up and says, "Who's canceled?" Obviously not the K. They're not creepy enough. And they're with the shits. They challenge these two to a match next week. But then some random dude opens the door and says, "Yeah, we need a medic." And lo and behold, Eddie Edwards is knocked out in pain backstage. So those Ring of Honor guys again, just getting everybody backstage.
Yo, splitting up was the stupidest idea, and I'm gonna tell you why it didn't work out because you
Well,
guys didn't listen to the black guys that be in the scary movies that be making the sense. Because that's
the
exactly what
potheads,
happened. Why
the
are we going to
potheads.
split up? It's five of us and four of them. Fucking in Maria, like we can jump her. Like and you have a kendo stick, so we can all go look for them. That was nailing a coffin to that plan right there. Fucking split up. Yeah, so I can run into all of them by myself and get fucked up. Yeah,
They
that's
did the
exactly what
Scooby Doo.
happened. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
They did the Scooby Doo, and they got fucked for it. Next up, we got a nice little interview with Jonathan Grisham, the Ring of Honor champion. He says he has nothing to do with the guys trying to take over the Ring of Honor Renegades, as I like to call them. Uh, he also talks about the Foundation, which is his faction back in Ring of Honor, and their code of honor and how they like to uphold it. And then he gets interrupted by Macklin. Wait, where is he? There we go. He gets interrupted by Macklin. uh, Questions his honor, and Jonathan Gresham, as you can see by his face, is pissed. Can't question his honor. He is honor. So Jonathan Gresham is going to give him a title match next week, but the match is going to be under pure rules. So I'm looking forward to that. I haven't seen a lot of pure rules matches here and there, editing like Fusion of Honor and shit back in the day. But other than that, uh, it's interesting. It's an interesting concept, and I'm happy to see it somewhere other than Ring of Honor. No shade meant, but like I'm happy to see it in Impact. It's bringing eyes to that style of wrestling for Ring of Honor in the future. That's what I'm trying to get at. So I'm glad that is happening. So are you excited for this match?
Yeah, it's going to be a real good match. I'm interested to see how Macklin does in a pure rules match, or if there's ways to go about the match and like quote unquote cheat, maybe get disqualified. But
Yeah.
uh, I don't. Well, clearly, I don't see him beating Jonathan Gresham, but I definitely want to see the just see how Jonathan Gresham has a match with Steve Macklin. I think they're both great in their own rights, but Jonathan Gresham been on a tear as the ROH Pure champion, the Pure title tournament, going through it, just wrestling pure match after pure match, and he can beat you any kind of way. Like he can submit you, he can uh, pin you in any type of pin out of nowhere. Uh, Pick up a strike. Like he's do it all, and it's. I want to see how because clearly he's going to win. I just want to see how Steve Macklin fares up against that type of technician.
Yeah, should be a good match. Like Alan Weinstein says, both of these guys are beasts. This match should be amazing. I
Yeah,
agree. You my boy Blue. I love how Macklin just keeps falling into title shots. Well, that's what happens when you're making love to one of the best women wrestlers out there and the best woman wrestler in the company. You get that rocket, pal. You get that. Unless you're Andrade, then they just
I
treat you
must.
like shit.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah,
I was
unless you're
there.
Andrade, then
He
they
was
just
right
treat you like
there.
shit. I don't get it, pal. He can't speak English. Now he's now he be killing it on the mic at AEW with his accent. But that's neither here nor there. We got to talk about the main event, and it is Deonna Purrazzo taking on Rok-C, who is the Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Deonna, of course, the Reina de Rey. Wait, was it the Reinas? What? That's what it is.
Yeah,
Reinas de Rey. Reinas de Rey champion for Triple A, Triple A, and it's title versus title. Both titles are on the line. Rok-C gets welcomed by Mickey James backstage. They put each other over. Then he warns her. She warns her over Deonna. Not only is she one of the best, but she's also one of the toughest. Ian Riccaboni comes out on commentary, so we're really getting. I mean, shit. We might as well just call Stat King and call this
exactly.
Ring of Impact or
Uh,
or Blunt of
Blunt of
Honor.
honor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we might just have to get Stacking on the show from now on and do Blunt of Honor,
Blunt of
because
honor.
this is half Ring of Honor right now, and I kind of like it. I kind of dig it. I like the interjection between both of these companies. So we got a really good match here actually.
Yo, that shit was dope.
Roxy
That shit
Roxy
was
held her
dope.
own. The last time I seen it was uh, the final battle watch along that we did,
Yeah,
and she looked solid. I thought she needed a little work here and there. Here you can she slipped up once or twice, but she's still so young. She's like 19 years old. She's fucking great
but
though.
she's been wrestling for a while though. I mean,
She's been
she still
wrestling
has
since
much
she
of
was 13.
15.
So
Yeah,
I mean, she has a lot to go, but she's almost there because
yeah,
she's like a prodigy,
definitely.
which is what she calls herself.
It's yeah,
Deanna calls herself the virtuosa. So it's two of a kind, two one of a kinds going at each other. Deanna dominates the match, just most of the match, using her counters and shit like that. But Roxy held her own, like I said, makes a nice little comeback. Towards the end, we get a nice series of counters and submissions, but Deanna just working on that shoulder. I believe Roxy might have hit her shoulder on the post, or Deanna vice versa, working on each other's arm. But yeah, Deanna, she gets that arm, and she finally gets a tap. She wins both titles. She is double champion for the second time in her career. So she is now Ring of Honor Women's Champion, which is dope. And of course,
hell
the Triple
yeah.
A Reina de Rey champion. After the match, Maria attacks her. Ring of Honor Renegades come out. They beat up Matthew Raywell, who was on commentary with Ian Riccoboni and Tom. And then Rich Swann and Willie Mack come out, try to make the save, but they just get beat the fuck up and they end the show standing tall. A couple good clips right here. Rok-C hitting a nice shot, a nice move on Deonna Purrazzo, and Deanna celebrating both titles in her hands. Good shit. So that caps off a great episode of Impact Wrestling. Dare I say one of the best TV wrestling shows of 2022 so far. Not even a lot of wrestling or a lot of, crazy wrestling, but damn, just like the threads and progressing of
Yeah, stories
storylines
is yeah,
and
storytelling's
just
always been their thing. Is great.
yes, yes, and just interjecting a different company that everybody thought was dead, but I mean, apparently it looks like they're going to be revived somehow, some way. So a lot of excitement going on in Impact Wrestling. How'd you feel about this?
Yeah, again, a great match to cap off the evening. Our queen, your queen, my queen, Deonna Purrazzo. Bro, bro, I'm gonna go see this and curse me out. But yeah, just it was a great match. Like you said, Roxy, poor wrestling since she was 13, still has, she's great, but she still got a little bit more to learn. You can see it in her steps in the ring. But rumor has it that she quite possibly could be going to WWE, NXT, I believe. She had a tryout. Um, maybe this is for maybe this is happening. Maybe why she might be
Yeah.
taking the opportunity. Um, I
Can't
think
wait
that
till
would
they
be
change
great
her
for
name
her.
to Lola Charm
Yeah, or they're gonna
or
like
some.
or Roxanne or some shit.
Yeah,
No,
right.
that's too close to her real name, to her ring name. They're gonna try to
Yeah.
change it something completely different. But
Can I be Roxy? We were thinking more of a Trisha.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That probably yeah, she probably would be a Trisha.
Yeah, I hope not.
Nah, but oh, the fucking again, the Scooby Doo the shit. If you all was just together, if you D'Lo, sorry D'Lo, I feel like
I
his name
mean, it
is
is his fault.
that.
Nobody told him to swing on Vincent. He should have just kept this cool.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Good point.
Yeah, it happens, D'Lo. It happens.
But yeah, everybody was trying to get fucking revenge, and they all got their ass kicked.
Uh, Pretty much. Before we end this episode, a couple comments. My boy Blue to Tom, formerly known as Phillips, and Riccoboni were great together on commentary. I really enjoyed them. Hey, maybe this is a way of writing off D'Lo for a few weeks and using Riccoboni as Tom's partner. That would be cool. But I mean,
Yeah,
I like D'Lo too, so I don't want to see D'Lo, miss any time. But I guess we will see. Alan Weinstein, difference between Steve Macklin and Steve Cutler is insane. Talk about missing on a guy. Another reason, fuck WWE. Wholeheartedly, respectfully, fuck WWE. Will Chisholm, Roxy lost the title around the time she's finna have a WWE try. Coincidence? I think not.
yeah.
Yep. Will and Ness are on the same page there. Uh, I can't explain it, but I hated Tom Phillips on WWE, but he was much better on Impact. I actually enjoyed Tom Hannafin. Well, I think you're a little restricted when you're in WWE, unless you're certain people. You
With
can't really be
everything,
yourself.
that's why I hated
Yeah,
Bronson Reed, but Joan is getting my attention.
yeah. And Tom, there's a formula when you get to WWE, right? Especially if you're in Tom's, role, because he was basically Michael Cole's heir at one point. So
Yeah,
like he was groomed to do a certain style where now it's like on Impact he can be a fan and actually
yeah.
enjoy
That's really yeah.
you
Like that's
doing his work. He's
the
just enjoying what he's seeing.
yeah, like the conversation he was having with
Trey.
yeah with Trey. Like it was
Yeah.
just like two friends just talking about like what was going on in the ring, like what's going
Mm,
on and what Trey got going on, Tom coming to the company, and then like the way he was going back and forth with Ace Austin, like
uh,
I'm like, yeah, he was just pulling his card every time, and like
yeah.
he wouldn't be able to do this in WWE, like they'll just
Nah.
be berating him the whole
Yeah.
time, like
Especially now with like a 4-man, 5-man booth and shit. And then
yeah,
at the same time, you just he worked good with D'Lo too, from what I seen from Hard to Kill and for the little bit
Yeah,
for today. So I mean,
definitely.
I think we got some good things coming from Tom Hannafin on Impact Wrestling. And AEW, really happy to see women main eventing. Huge fan of Deanna. Might be the best woman wrestler in the world.
Keep trying
Absolutely.
to tell people, and nobody want to
That's the
argue.
one of the dream matches right there. Deanna and Thunder Rosa would be dope.
They've
So
been
yeah,
they haven't had a match.
they
Pretty
might.
sure.
Oh, they did. They did. Thunder Rosa actually.
Yeah, they
Thunder
had a
Rosa was a surprise.
match.
Yeah, yeah, she was the surprise at Bound for Glory or Slammiversary, one of those two, and she was the surprise con- uh, contender for Thunder Rosa's title. So yes, you guys want another one? If you want to see Deanna versus Thunder Rosa, you got to go back to the Slammiversary or Bound for Glory, one of those. But it definitely happened on one of those. But that's gonna be it for this episode of Blunt Impact. It was a fun one. The return of the Pie Hills finally,
Yeah.
and we'll be back with more shit. Ness, where can we find you at?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram, skinny underscore Kravitz, right here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. Blunt Impact, myself, my boy Chris G. We go live every Thursday. No more falling asleep, guys. No more. I got the alarm set. We back in business. Um, yeah,
He's
myself.
back and better than ever, folks.
I'm back and I'm probably the same as I was before, but I'm gonna try a little bit better. Try to be a little bit better. Nah, but yeah. Also catch me on NX3. Myself, Chris G. Roman Anthony Cologne. We review NXT 2.0. That's not getting any better.
It has its moments.
It has its moments, but it's just like, nah, it's still not there yet. Once again, we're going to get this figured out because clearly Ring of Honor is not out of business. Like we try to tell people too. We try to tell them they're not dead. They're not dead. It's still like they're still going to be around. No, they're not. They're not coming back until fucking April. Or and if they even do come back, and look what's going on in Impact. But yeah, we're gonna get this thing figured out. Myself and the Stat King, uh, Fusion of Honor, but now we might have to Blunt of Honor. Yeah, I like that name. That shit is hard. But yes,
It might be Blunt of Honor. Who knows? You never know
yeah,
what happens here on True Hill Heat. But yes, you could also find me at True Hill Chris G on Twitter and Instagram. And of course, on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel every Tuesday night, NX3 with the good brother, the three-time baby making champion, Ness and Romeo Anthony Cologne. And of course, every Thursday here, Blunt Impact Live, somewhere between 15 minutes or 45 minutes after the show. Hit the notification bell and you'll find out. But yes, we're here every Thursday. You can find True Hill Heat at True Hill Heat on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we also have a Patreon for $3 a month. You can become a backer and you get exclusive content, things that we can't show on the YouTube, bloopers, uh, shit. We got joints and jabronis dropping at the end of the month. We're actually gonna get to watch some botches without any restrictions, smoke a little weed on camera without any restrictions. So you definitely want to check that out on the Patreon. If you're a fan of Blunt Impact, you're gonna love joints and jabronis. And yeah, that's about it. We got other shit on the Patreon that you can find too. New Japan content that we can't show here on
yeah,
YouTube.
because
So
they hit you with
that's
a
one of the big
copyright
ones. Yeah.
strike
If you
real
love
quick.
exactly. If you love New Japan Pro Wrestling, then you'll love the Patreon. SP3, we got an old new Dark Power will drop tomorrow here and a new Fusion of Honor on our Patreon. So Fusion of Honor will be on the Patreon, but the all new Dark Power will be coming out tomorrow right here. So hit those notification bells, like this video, share this video, comment on this video, subscribe to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. We want to thank everybody at home watching along with us and catching us review this show. We want to thank everybody, even if you're not here live and you're still watching the show, thank you for taking your time out, going back into the archives and watching this show. So, for the three-time baby making champion Ness, for Chris G and our co host, Mary Jane. We will see you guys next week. Why the fuck is Mercedes? Oh man, this is a
But I
wrong
was gonna
cover.
say, yeah, yeah,
Damn, I set myself up for failure in that one.
yeah, it's not the right one. But you know what's right about this? Deonna Purrazzo, right there, slapped dead in the fucking middle. Yeah.
Okay, Daddy.